Hey everybody, Justin Schorr here from San Francisco. Very excited to be back at FDIC 2019, again talking about Engine Company First Strike MCI. We've had a great time the last couple years presenting this course, really getting a lot of feedback from those of you in smaller rural areas. You're only running maybe 1 or 2 or 3 to an engine company, and really getting more information to be able to put together and move some of these ideas and concepts that we've had in the past forward with the benefit of applying the principles in large-scale exercises where I am. The course that we're going to be teaching at FDIC 2019 is going to shift a little bit from the first-in engine company, which is, of course, our focus, and also add in how to give a report to that first-in chief officer as they arrive at the mass casualty. Chances are you're going to have 5 to 8 to 10 minutes, depending on your jurisdiction, of activities before that chief officer arrives. Maybe you've got a set of skills, things that you're going to pass on to the chief at a fire. We're going to take that same terminology and work that into mass casualty incidents. The way we do that, if you haven't been to the course, is we use these guys. LA Engine Company 51 from our favorite TV show from the 70s, Emergency. We're going to go down each riding position on that engine and give them a task for a mass casualty incident. You're already doing this for your structural fires. You've got a driver, a nozzle, an officer, a layout position if you're lucky enough to run 4 to a company. We're going to take those and we're going to shift those positions into what's expected of you at a mass casualty. We're going to talk about triage teams. We're going to talk about setting up the immediate treatment area. We're going to talk about the skills and tips and tricks that an officer can use to really maximize the personnel that you have on scene. This isn't one of those drills where we're going to talk about putting out tarps and putting on vests and filling out a 205 radio information sheet or a 201. There's very little ICS in this course, guys. Reason being is that ICS can be scaled up or scaled down for each incident. The important thing is we are the first-in engine company. Engine company is the workhorse of the modern fire service. We are going to be first in at that chemical smell, at the multiple persons down, at the bus crash, the train accident, the aircraft down, the active shooter incident. All of these incidents need to have a team that can be readily mobilized immediately at a mass casualty. Are you going to need to assign who's on triage and who's on treatment when you arrive? That's wasting time. Are you going to decide when you get to a fire who's going to be on the nozzle, who's on layout, and who's going to get a water supply? No, these things are predetermined at the morning meeting. That's why it's easy to go by riding positions. We're going to talk about how the responsibilities of the firefighter shift if you have 1 firefighter or 2 firefighters. We're going to talk about initial incident reporting for the company officer to be able to gather that basic information and pass it on. We're also going to have a little triage experiment. If you participate during the class, you're going to have a chance to actually keep a running count of patients as we go along through the course, and we'll see if everybody gets different counts along the way. We're not going to be sticklers on this stuff. The job of the first-in engine is to gather information, give a decent incident size up and report to companies coming in, advise on hazards, and start a count. We need to find out if we need to get law enforcement rolling because this might be a hazardous situation, a developing threat, or it could be a crime scene. We need to find out if we need to get the medical examiner en route. Do we have deceased persons on site and how do we handle them? What do we do with the walking wounded? Do we even need to worry about them anymore? A lot of topics have changed over the last 4 years that we've been given this course at FDIC, and we want to make sure that we bring you the most up-to-date information that we can. So guys, we hope to see you at FDIC 2019. Very excited to be back with Engine Company First Strike MCI. We'll see you there.